to order on today, May 12th, for our Scott Township Workshop meeting. If everyone could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of prayer. As we gather here today as commissioners and members of Scott Township, we ask that we are ever mindful of each other, opportunities to render our service to fellow citizens and to our community that we hold dear. Keeping in mind always the enduring values of life, acceptance, understanding, exerting our efforts in those areas and on those things upon which future generations can build with confidence and build proudly. Let us continue to strive to make a better neighborhood, a better township, and a better world. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, Denise, please.
Commissioner Judici.
Here.
Mr. Myers.
Here.
Mr. Costello. Commissioner Seibel.
Here.
Dorkin.
Here.
Alonso. Commissioner Sedlak.
Here.
Commissioner Gasta.
Here.
Commissioner Altman.
Here.
2 absent.
Thank you. Right, for public comments, are there any public comments on any of the agenda items that are listed for tonight? Bob.
How's everybody, all right?
Good to see you. Good, how are you?
Just 2 quick questions.
Yeah.
On the flashing crossing beacons, yes, somebody's gonna talk about that on Ridgely Road. Just curiosity, you're gonna go into detail, how Green Creek did do it, did they do it, did the state do it? I don't know if you're gonna go in that depth.
So I'm gonna be the one bringing this one up.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said, I'm going to be the one bringing this one up.
Okay.
And just to let you know, that's what we're gonna be discussing, all of that fun stuff.
That's
But
fine.
yes, there's some really good questions there, and I know you use that crosswalk.
No, I don't use it, but I know a lot of people that do.
Right.
And I don't know how I keep hearing we can't do it. Green Tree did it. Not just once, 3 times. So.
4.
Lastly, IT services. Who provided it before? And at what cost? And then is this new person or service you're considering, is that budgeted for? That's it. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. All right, anyone else with a question or comment from the public? No? All right, planning, zoning, and code enforcement. We have the code enforcement update, Mark?
Yes, we do. April 2026. We had 26 permits being issued for a total of $1,567,000 made it cost.
I hear $1 million in there.
Yeah.
Did I hear $1 million in there before that?
500, no. Oh, 1 million.
So,
Wow, okay.
So you know, as a comparison though, compared to last year, we had issued 29 permits for 2.5 million.
Okay.
So we're actually well done.
Well,
We issued 59 notices of violation. 21 of them alone were for high grass. So you know, statistics. 9 rental inspections, 2 building inspections, and 1 right to know.
all right, any questions for Mark? Anything else to add for tonight? Go ahead.
Actually, Mark, could you tell us a little about the meetings that you attended last Sunday? Did
You
you,
want to do that during the normal?
or would that be part of code enforcement?
No, it wasn't
Kathy.
code enforcement.
Okay.
Safe.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, thank you.
All right, we're moving on to solicitors report, Bob.
Good evening. I met with John today. He did not give me anything to particularly report on. You know, John hates to miss meetings. So, but it was unavoidable for him not to be here, but he did go over the agenda. And if there's anything I can help with or relay to him, let me know.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Thank you. All right, engineers report, Marie.
Okay, thank you. First item on the engineer's report is to discuss award of the base bid of contract 25-SW02. That's Bower Hill Road sidewalk improvements. Project Phase 2. to Avelli Construction in the amount of $109,475, subject to Avelli Construction obtaining PennDOT pre-qualification approval. Pre-qualification approval was required as part of the contract documents. They had submitted for their approval and just had not heard back yet from PennDOT, so it's pending. So as you know, this is the opposite side of Bower Hill, beginning at Bower Hill and Vanadium intersection and proceeding upwards. We bid base bid and 3 ad alternates. You have $91,000 roughly in a grant funding for this project. Get you the exact number. $91,250 was through LSA. So base bid would be in line with the budget in the amount of $109,475. We have any discussion, or if you have any questions, I could answer those.
Any questions? Nope. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on. Discuss approval of partial payment number 1, which is the final payment submitted by Minifield Demolition Services, Inc. in the amount of $25,000 for work completed between March 16th and April 28th for the township-wide structure demolition project. That was contract number 25-D01. This project was funded 100% by SHACOG. If you recall, SHACOG awarded us $42,000 for this project. We had originally applied for the demolition of 4 structures. They only approved the 2 on Noblestown. So those were the only 2 that we were able to demolish as part of the contract. Contract amount was $25,000. That is the request for Minifield Demolition. So it should be paid 100% by SHACOG. Once this is approved by the board, this will get forwarded to SHACOG. Any questions on this? Okay, next item. Discuss the base bid at alternate A1, at alternate A2 of contract 25-R1 municipal building replacement administration building in the amount of $188,693.55, and discuss the B1 and at alternate number B2 of contract number 25-R2 municipal building roof replacement. That's the meeting room. The amount of $330,770. The total bid submitted, if you total up all of that, is $502,463. The low bidder was Ramp Construction. We reviewed the bids submitted. Just give me 2 seconds here. You have a bid report that was uploaded as part of the engineer's report. As indicated, contract B1 was the municipal building, municipal meeting room and the library portion of the roof. In terms of budget, it appears that the budget was $400,000 in one budget line item and $100,000 in another budget line item. We have some other capital projects ongoing. Board may want to consider only awarding the portion of the roof that's over the municipal meeting room and the library and delaying the admin part to next year. We wanted to get you pricing for both. So that would be up for your discussion, budget review duration.
These rubber membrane roofs, proposed.
They are
Memory.
your EPDM roofs. I'm trying to get you a copy of the bid sheet.
And the second question was the warranty. Is it a 25?
We'll have to check and see if it's a 25 or a 30-year warranty.
Okay.
However, the one ad alternate, there's a separate Pennsylvania warranty for wind load that we had to buy up. So that's the last ad alternate on contract B2. Can I find this? Okay, so contract B,
30-year, okay.
Oh, what? There's nothing.
Yeah.
And I think 3 PM roofs.
It's single ply EPDM 90 mil, so this is complete removal. It's taking off those windshields, new roof drains, ladder,
Paper, they went some-
papered insulation. Yeah, it's repairs to the chimney, new hatch, new ladder, remove and reset the air handlers up top and all the permit compliance.
I'm not trying to overextend us by any stretch of the means, but is there? What could we afford to get done and what would be, do we know if there'd be a cost savings if we got them both done at once? I mean, like, how much would we be talking? Is there any pinch to that?
So what we were thinking about doing is right now, we were going to recommend that you award the meeting room and the library this month. And then once all of the other bids come in for all of these other projects that we have going on, we'll take another look and then possibly put this on for June. If the monies fall into place for the other projects.
I instinctively looked up to see if
Yeah, I
there
did
were
too.
any new states because
Yeah.
I know the library's the main focus. They're the ones having the biggest issues with the water leaking. So I just want to make sure that we're doing this as economically as possible.
Also thinking further down the road with some of our thoughts on how the building will develop in the next 5 to 10 years, does that impact the roof? Or
No.
that's all interior? Okay,
Interior.
all right.
All right.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Is there a chance, is that something you need, now so we can get it done and then ratify it?
No, it would be up for next meeting decision. You can think about it and we can even delay a month if you want, because we can hold the bids for 90 days.
Okay.
So it's up to you. And the last thing, the Act 13 GTRP grant applications are open. They're due May 31st. Maximum request is 250,000. The local share is 15% matched. We are preparing Gregg Street Park and Spinner Park. Those were the two we submitted last year that did not get funded. So with your blessing, would like to prep everything and get those in for this cycle.
What's the scope of work for those parks?
Oh, there's lots. Hold on. I printed that out because I knew you would ask me. Make sure I had it all. So Gregg Street Park is obviously more extensive. That's removing and replacing the basketball hoops and the nets, removing and replacing the tennis nets and the posts, striping pickleball within the tennis courts. You could use it for either. Rehabbing the asphalt, acrylic color coating system and the thermoplastic line striping on that. Placing the interior fencing and some of the exterior fencing. Removing and replacing the play structures and fall surfaces, concrete repairs to the stairs and retaining wall, handrail, picnic tables, anything we can get. So this one was the larger of the two. Now Spinner Park is removing and replacing the basketball hoops and nets, removing and replacing the tennis nets and posts, pickleball striping within the tennis courts, asphalt, acrylic color coating system, thermoplastic striping, and fencing. So there's more involved at Gregg Street. Typically, we try to do a larger and a smaller one so that they have their choice.
Any other questions on that? Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Took me a lot less time than last time.
That was great.
I commend you that you got just a D.
Thank you.
Standing Committee Report Finance, Tom is not here tonight, nothing for tonight. Standing Committee Report Public Safety, Kathy?
Thank you. The chief has his update tonight.
Evening, everybody.
Good evening.
So stats for April, we had 745 calls for service, 444 reports, 7 arrests, 35 citations. This month, we're doing firearms training department-wide. May 4th, we completed the final inspection of the mobile command center at LDB Inc. in Burlington, Wisconsin, and I'm happy to report it has been approved. And we expect delivery before the end of this month. So
Wow.
we can have tell maybe before the next meeting or early June. So that is done, and that is, it's very nice to be impressed. Police social worker started yesterday, so I have nothing really to report on her to this point. She's been here 2 days.
She showed up.
However, we did all of her onboarding tasks. We gave her some tours around the township, made some introductions to some people. She will report to Hampton PD May 26th through June 5th to train with Angela Kenbach. Captain Walker is going to go up 1 or 2 days kind of to get the paperwork down and get the administrative part of it that we need to be familiar with. So he will be up there 2 days with her. Otherwise, she will be with Angela. I spoke with her today, and she explained that this is coming at a perfect time because she has a little bit of everything to show her. She's currently working criminal cases, some social welfare cases, some things with officers. So she's kind of going to get exposed to everything in that 2 weeks. So it kind of felt perfectly to kind of give her exposure to everything. So we're excited for that as well. But that is all I have. And I will bring, you guys all met Sydney. So,
yeah.
But she'll be making her rounds and she'll be out in the community. So anyone in Facebook land or on Zoom, if you see her out and about, introduce yourself and keep sharing information.
Great.
Very good. Thank you. Any questions?
I have one, not on your report. Can I just ask it now? The speed signs?
Yes. So we ran into the issue with permitting, then we kind of realized that we really don't need to go a permit route. So Captain Walker's already discussed it with Officer Scone and Officer Schuley, who've kind of been heading that way. Obviously, we waited. Once we realized we didn't permits, ground was frozen, but now they're working with Bert because they could dig them. So
Great.
we're going to be getting this up.
Great. Fantastic. Any questions? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, second is. First is discuss the approval of a resolution adopting the Allegheny County 2026 Hazard Mitigation Plan. It's the township's official hazard mitigation plan. Is this annual?
It's not annual, but it is something that is required for the township. If there is ever an emergency for us to get funding, we do have to have a hazard mitigation plan in place. We normally just follow the county's plan.
Right.
And I would recommend that we follow the county's plan again. And I spoke to Dan Romanello, our emergency management coordinator, and he concurs that we should do the county plan.
That sounds good. Okay, so we'll put that on the agenda to approve the plan and to adopt the resolution with the approval, okay? Okay, discuss adding additional streetlights on North Rend Drive near St. Clair Hospital. This was requested because how dark it is near EMJ Automotive Business. This was requested by St. Clair Hospital?
Because residents were coming into the hospital asking for additional lighting in that area. They know that that's our road. That's why they approached us. Duquesne Light will install the light, but we would have to pay for the electricity on that light. Electricity will run a little bit less than $20 a month. We have done that in the past in other areas of the township whenever residents requested it.
Is it one light?
One.
Thank you.
And what are the residents reporting that are traveling through there? Like that
They're walking to the hospital from Dawn's area.
Yeah, I was up there about a week ago. I went up there early in the morning and at dusk, and it does need lighting. And there is a tremendous amount of people walking to and from the hospital, including employees. And from all the traffic that's up there, probably it could use an additional street light. So I wouldn't have no problems with that.
Okay.
I think the money would be well spent, the extra 25 to 30 a month just for the electricity. I'm assuming it's gonna be an up-to-date LED one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we've been installing.
That's all they're putting in now, even if they're.
Right, I understand that, yeah. So I think it needs it.
So you have already contacted the necessary agencies, and are they going to proceed with a study or?
Duquesne Light will put it up. We just have to
Just
give.
have to pay for the electric.
I've already notified them that we were looking into that. That's how we got the pricing as to how much it would be. So once the board votes on that, then I'll give them the directive to move forward with putting the installation in.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, discuss requesting installation of rectangular rapid flashing beacons at existing approved pedestrian crossings at Green Tree Road and Ryan Drive and Green Tree Road at Green Oak Lane intersections. Michelle and I took a little field trip to check out these things, and she has more information on it.
Kathy's an absolute trooper. I told her to get in, loser. We're gonna check out traffic lights. So Kathy and I did take a little field trip, complete with pictures and photo and video. In Green Tree, there are 4 intersections that are not controlled by a light. They're pedestrian intersections that do not have a stoplight to stop traffic in any direction. That's on Forest, Banbury, Green Tree, at the Green Tree Hardware, and at Pocono Drive in front of the BP. We actually did not continue further down Green Tree Road, towards the backside where, which 99.7 is, where their offices are. There might actually be even more, probably not in front of Aiken Elementary, because there are 2 lights right there, but there could very well be one in another location that I'm thinking of. Anyway, the long and the short of it is that people who live in our hamlet do not have the opportunity to stop traffic. Like, traffic does not stop. Like, I was in the turning lane coming towards Carriage Park on Green Tree Road from Marshall's, and there was a woman trying to cross the street. I stopped. No one else stopped. I'm flashing my lights, beeping my horn. Nobody cared. Literally, no one cared. This was literally, there was an officer in the parking lot at St. Simon and Jude Church. This intersection was the one past that, so he had no idea that this was occurring. Nobody stops. There was a woman killed there. There's a need for this. There are many, many options. The one church serves, the other church serves the parking lot as well. They're heading in the opposite direction.
St. Simon doesn't have the parking.
Yeah, St. Simon doesn't do church, parking lot.
I had asked Denise this before, but I have no idea whether there's a bus shelter on the corner of Forsyth and Green Tree Road.
There used to be. It used to be on the Forsyth side.
There's a shelter there, but there's no service that stops there in the.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So we've asked Lamar to look at
Moving
it to the other side where there is.
Good idea.
And they just rebuilt it. It got taken out by a car and they just rebuilt it.
I would, yeah, that's where it was. Why not just leave it there? There's no service. Beautiful. Gosh. Yeah, so anyway, the long and the short of it is there's absolutely no reason anything. That Township shouldn't have this, shouldn't have had this when I was begging Dan DC for this 15 years ago. There's no reason.
So did Green Tree get state funding?
I don't know who paid for it.
Denise, can we
It
find out?
was, yeah, it was my understanding that they had put those in.
Well, the new ones that are going in now were part of the Cronin project that they did a sidewalk improvement project and put in additional pedestrian crossings.
I think that I just put a new one up there.
Yeah. But we can approach the state and have them do the study.
I thought we didn't have to do a study because I'm not asking for new crosswalks.
Are you thinking of putting one on it where Ryan is?
We have crosswalks there currently.
Yeah, but try crossing on them.
Right.
After 50 years.
Dawn. Literally wine blue in the face, my friend.
We've been trying to even get a light up there for 50 years. and nobody seems or cares anything to do.
Well, this is now the only thing I'm living and breathing until it's done. You're gonna get sick.
Congratulations. I don't live there anymore, but I know exactly what goes on up there.
It's terrible. I've actually been watching.
Especially accidents,
Many other cities.
rear ends.
Have video of that too. So you know it.
So what we did is we sent information to PennDOT and we did ask them to look into that, to see if we can install the rectangular rapid flashing beacons. What we were looking for is possible approval, and then we would have to start looking for funding sources to pay for that. So one of the things that we were looking at is possibly approaching our state representatives. I was just talking to Marie, one of the other items, we would have to talk to our state about Green Light Go possibility, maybe, I don't know. But the first step would be for us to get approval from the state, since it is a state road. And then from there, we would have to look for funding sources to get them installed. If the board agrees with us getting them in.
Maybe you can talk to the borough manager up there. They put enough of him up, and they should have a kind of an idea.
I don't think they have a manager up there right.
Somebody up there, maybe someone knows their police department,
Yeah.
somebody, the chief of police up there.
We
And I think those are activated by pedestrian pushing a button, right?
yes.
They went across the road, they hit the button, and then
Yeah.
those things blink.
Do you
But on Green Tree Road, I guarantee you that's not going to stop traffic.
possible?
Has to be patrolled, because I know Green Tree Road's patrolled up in Green Tree.
Please direct your attention to the video monitors in front of you for a brief demonstration on the proper use of a crosswalk. Ignore the person filming, telling her not to get hit by a bus.
Yelling at her to cross.
It does work there too, because it's a 2-lane road. You gotta remember where we're talking is 4 lanes.
Right.
Or that means something bigger.
Yeah.
Go. And then she got hit by a car. See how people stop? Crazy. We don't have anything that hangs over. There's nothing to indicate that there's a crosswalk there. And quite honestly, even though they have flashing crosswalks, about 40 feet before the flashing crosswalks, there's another, I can't call it a triangle. It's a square, but it's on its side. Diamond shaped pedestrian crossing, a head sign, 40 feet in front of every pedestrian crossing that they have. We don't have that either.
So if the board does not disagree with what Michelle's requesting, we could ask for the PennDOT to look at that. If they tell us that, yes, that is something that we can move forward with, then we can start looking for the funding sources to get it installed.
Yeah, my support.
Now, Michelle, are these going to be like in the pavement? I've seen the ones in my living.
I know, that's
Or are
right.
they gonna be
I'm gonna
on
pass
hold?
them.
Airport ones, yeah.
That's
I
something
want
you asked
Those
for
are
as
very
well.
nice.
So Scott Township's gonna have a huge bake sale?
Libraries have one.
I don't know if, I know PRT doesn't have the money, but I don't know if they would have any sources. Since it would serve a lot of public transit customers, that might be a conversation to have.
That's a really good.
We've already lost how much service. The least they can do is help us with crosswalks.
Well, and the situation there too, down on Green Tree Road.
It's your
By the
microphone.
giant eagle.
It's okay.
Oh, you know, by the giant eagle where they cross it, at the traffic islands on Cochrane,
Yeah.
that's very dangerous. And there's a stop down in there.
Hmm.
And people, it's a 4-lane road and there's cars coming all different directions. It's dangerous.
But that's controlled by those lights. Pedestrian movement is controlled by those lights.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, and there's lights that stop traffic, because you know as well as I do, if you're making a left, you're gonna stop on the red light. Yeah, those are controlled by that. The pedestrians are not supposed to have right of way unless they've got the pedestrian walkway sign. In these areas, the pedestrian has the right of way. You just can't get anybody to stop.
Yeah, you're right. There is a pedestrian signal at Green Tree and Cochrane.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, there is.
on one side, only on the Scott side, not the Mount Lebanon side.
Right.
All right, anything else for that for tonight?
You done?
No, I'm not.
I'm not.
Actually, we're going to discuss hiring a police officer to fill the vacancy in the police department. From the list of eligible candidates as certified by the Civil Service Commission. We met with 3 excellent candidates tonight, and so we will be hiring at the next meeting. Did you want to say anything about that?
No, I have not.
Okay, thank you. Okay, regarding the meeting that we held on the 4th, the Board of Commissioners requested that we schedule a Public Safety Committee meeting to discuss concerns about the recent breakdown of elevator in a high-rise building and what protocols were in place to take care of this. At our meeting, Mark was there and Chief Schrager from East Carnegie Fire Department. The manager prepared a flyer that pretty much set our agenda, and they were able to take care of all these issues. With regard to the fire department having access in the event of a fire, the chief told us that the elevators return to the first floor in the case of a fire. And so they requested people on above and below the fire stay in their apartments. And they basically take care of it. I mean, they have their protocol in order. He said that emergency medical would be most affected by a non-working elevator because they have to rely on a chair, or stretcher to go down flights of stairs. Mr. Mox told us that a building with 4 or more floors with residents has to have a working elevator. And we had 4 residents that showed up from different high-rise buildings, and they came up with a lot of questions that opened a lot of discussion. One woman said that she was very happy with the management in her building, giving them very explicit instructions of what to do. And they were to go to the nearest balcony where they would be rescued. And unfortunately, the fire department's not aware of the instructions that they're giving them. So Mark said that he's going to put together a program where they're going to meet with each management company, Mark, the fire chief, emergency management. They're going to go over the protocols, and they're going to have to set a standard so that everything is treated the same. Another woman said that they had an ambulance call where the crew could not get in the building. It seems that each apartment complex has their own system of lock boxes with different codes, and they're going to try to get that standardized also. Mark, do you want to say something about that?
What the discussion was the more use of a Knox box that would allow the fire department to always have access. But it was EMS who was struggling, and they weren't sure whether it was someone new that may not know where the protocol was to get into the building or what it was. But that seemed to be something that was important. This was Cochrane Hall where this occurred, and discussing that her husband was actually in need. So she could see that they came there, and because of cameras, she could see them at the door. She couldn't let them in. And even had they pushed a button for one of the people on the floor, they would have let them in also. So it was just a little bit of a communication breakdown. She felt that maybe and so we did, as Kathy stated, we contacted him. That it would probably be in everyone's best interest to meet with each of the management teams for these high-rise buildings to find out what it is that you have in place and discuss it with the
Never seen that.
chiefs to see, make sure that everybody is in agreement. For instance, the Clarkwood Hall, they're being told to go to the apartment. If they're on the back side of that building, they're being told to go to the front side of the building through one of the apartments and get onto the balcony. But like work, except for those people on the front side have already abandoned the apartment, and now these people can't get into it. So question, that as to was that really the best? Yeah, really think it's fire departments that need to meet and determine what is best for it.
And they do a pre-plan.
Yeah.
Because it would also be very, if you have people on every balcony, I mean, it's going to be very difficult to go from balcony to balcony to balcony.
And ladder trucks only go to the 7th floor anyway.
But I think ours can get up to 8.
Okay.
But
still a whole,
depending on where you park it.
a whole
You
side
can't
of
park it close enough, you don't.
Yeah, can't get up.
Cochran Hall, that whole side filled with people on balconies.
Yeah.
Like, what if the fire's on that side? Then what? Oh, we also talked about what to do when the elevators are down to try to notify somebody, anybody, so
Right.
there's no.
The residents, can either call, well, it was discussed that the residents could either call, 911 or the non-emergency number, and the dispatch would make the officer on duty aware of what was going on. But there was discussion about the order of who should be called and how much time should lapse before they report it as an emergency. And I think that, Mark discussed drawing up an ordinance, that this has to be, it has to become part of the law. And all these things are going to be in there. And I think the fire department's EMS and Mark are going to discuss how notification should be made and how long you wait before you notify, and that you do notify them if it starts back up, But since we have police on duty 24 hours, they might be the logical person to be the first contact. So it was a very good meeting, I thought.
Mark, do we have a Knox box requirement
As a new,
as a new build, but not retrofit?
and we want to retrofit, we want to get everything.
I think we should look at doing that because they, can you easily recess one? No, but they have surface mounted Knox boxes. Easy enough to deploy.
It was a good meeting.
It was a really good meeting, and it was a start because every issue that came up, we kind of looked at each other like, wow, that has to be looked into. There's so much to do there, It's the very beginning of something. But it was a good meeting, and Mark really contributed. He really helped us out there. We would have been lost without him.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mark.
We also have talked about the fact that Carriage Park could not make it, and that we wanted to invite them to another meeting. Do we want to do that? Do we want to have, because I know that John Vogel was the one who was instrumental in speaking with their legal folks and getting that they just couldn't attend that particular meeting. So that we want to try to get them to June meeting, or will there be a June meeting?
Do you want to give them the option? I mean, do they just want to talk? Do they want to come to the meeting?
Well, I think what we could do is we could actually, if we are going to have participation of the other departments and EMS, so forth, if we can get everybody there.
Yeah.
That might be the perfect opportunity to have our first management meeting with these folks.
Okay.
Let them be the lead.
We would invite the management from each complex.
Or we just going to start with Carriage Park.
Right. Okay, that's what I thought you wanted to do.
You know, they do. Then maybe once we've talked to everyone, then look at, what certain ones do that's great, what other ones could do that would be better, and so forth, and come up with that plan. that everybody is on. And then we can talk about if there's an order also that may take place. Just so everybody knows, the elevator Carriage Park went down again today. Now, they notified us as soon as it went down. So they weren't even at that meeting, but they did that based on the previous experience. And then as soon as it was up and operating, they let us know again. And that was one of the things that Mitch said, you know, we will get notified sometimes of when something is, we're never told when it gets fixed.
Yeah.
He said, that's good information, you know. And so again, that's, as Kathy pointed out, we learned a lot of things that could help, you know, for them to know.
All right. This is your, do you have 2 days for an option for public safety or just one?
To the first Monday and the first Tuesday.
You can talk to them and see if one of those dates works for them.
Right, I think that, I know Glendale and maybe one of the other fire departments hold their monthly meetings the first Monday of the month. So
Maybe
there,
Tuesday.
it's hard to send somebody, but we'll see if we can do for June then.
Good. Great.
So which first, do you want to check with them first? Kathy?
I will,
And then we can check with Carriage Park and see if it works for them.
yes.
Kath, I know Glendale on May and June also have their food truck on Tuesdays. Their meetings are Monday, their food truck is Tuesday. They don't in July and August.
Mitch was super helpful, you know, as long as we can get at least one of them there,
Mhm.
for the information and to answer questions.
Getting Mr. Katie there, Dan there.
Yeah.
I think that would be also because that was the piece we.
Yeah.
Mitch filled in, you know, the knowledge he had, which was good.
Yeah.
But I really think they both guys would do that.
Well, like you said, they probably all have good ideas, but if we could merge all that into one, it would work out well.
Well, Mark, do you have to have that in a public safety meeting or can you just have the department heads meet? Because you're gonna be having a lot of these meetings with a lot of these different management companies. Don't you think it would be easier to just try to set up these meetings with the management team and the management team of the apartment complexes?
Yeah, even if you had to have it here.
What's that?
I said, even if you had to have it here.
Yeah,
But we would want to have it here.
but I'm saying it's,
I don't know how, you know, everybody can meet, what their availability is. If it's during a safety meeting that they're going to be running, that may do sense. But obviously last month, Mike showed up. So I don't know what their attendance is like, what goes on. I was inviting guests at this too, so.
All right, well, Kathy can touch base with them and then touch base with you, touch base with Carriage Park, see what we can come up with.
I will do that. Hey, I also wanted to mention that Public Safety Day in the Touch a Truck is on June 20th from 10 till 2. So if people want to mark their calendars, and also this is National Police Appreciation Week. So please let your local police officer know that you appreciate them.
We appreciate you.
There's candy at them or something?
Well, I don't have cough drops. That's all, thank you.
All right, thanks, Kathy. All right, standing committee report, Public Works, Nick?
So we have a director of public works update. I'm not sure. I think Tom is online.
He's here.
I am, and the reverberator is
Go for it.
off.
Go ahead with your update, Tom.
Certainly. Good evening, Commission. You might look back at April. It was the warmest April that we've had in history in Western Pennsylvania. We only had 4 days of rain. The average temperature was close to 67 degrees. So we had an opportunity to do a lot at the pool, and there was a lot to be done. I mean, everything had to be scrubbed. The liner had to be scrubbed. It had to be repaired in certain areas, fitted into place. and just cleaned in general, and it came out very well. We also did work in the concession stand and also the shelters, trying to make everything ready for the spring and summer. Just cleaning up the courts, making everything kind of spick and span for the summer season. Grass cutting consumed a lot of time also. All the fields around all the township properties. You may have noticed that we cleaned up the landscape area in front of the building and the side of the building, put down some mulch. I think it looks pretty nice. The catch basins were continually inspected. We have about 1,500 catch basins, and they need to be inspected, cleaned, and repaired. We did a couple repairs on some of the basins. One of them was a structural repair down on Hoff Street. Turned out pretty good. Also, MS4 audit, DEP came in. They went through our manuals. They visited our sites, and they gave us a good grade. Inspection and cleaning of the stormwater retention ponds, that's something that we do on an annual basis. Actually, we try to do it every 6 months. So that's another thing that we got taken care of. Went in there, cleaned out a lot of the debris. The Meadowlark Drive combined sanitary lateral issue, that's something that's been going on for about the last 3 years. With John's help, we were able to reach I think, a pretty good settlement. I think the parties still have the option to appeal, but we went through a lot of work on it, and I think it turned out pretty good. Elevator deficiencies in the township building. We had 2 deficiencies in that elevator. It's only a 1-floor hydraulic elevator. There was an issue with the hydraulics in the pit, and there was also an issue of not having a phone in the car. So we got bids for the elevator itself to do the repairs from 3 parties. We also got bids for the phone service from another 2 parties. We met with residents and also with utilities throughout the month. Whenever an issue comes up, we try to get together and work things out. And there's additional details. There's a monthly report that's attached to your agenda, and it has kind of a rundown of the issues during April that the Department of Public Works concentrated its efforts on. And that's it.
Thank you. We'll move on to 9B, discuss hiring the following individuals at the rate listed for the Public Works Summer Help Program. We have Stefano Cedro, Simon Moore, at $14 an hour, Simon Moore at $14.50 an hour, Jules Michael Prizzoli at $14 an hour, Dylan Shimonsky at $15 an hour, Arian Strassnyder at $15 an hour, and Gavin Waldron at $14 an hour.
Do we want to ratify this so they can get going?
I don't think they can start until the end of May.
Got it.
So
Okay.
I think we're okay.
All right.
And then 9C, discuss ratifying approval of repair services by Lynn's Elevator Service in the amount of $9,365.05, and the addition of an emergency phone by Verizon in the amount of $44.33 per month, pending the waiver of installation fees to correct the deficiencies in the elevator in the township building. So that $9,365 is what Ellie was referring to in terms of the piping repair, which was significantly better than the first price that Denise said. Yes. So that was not great, but pleasant surprise.
Yes.
All right. Anything else for tonight?
Nothing else for tonight.
All right. Thank you. Environmental Committee, Sewer Committee, and MS4 updates, Jane?
Yeah, nothing tonight.
Okay, thanks. Parks, Recreation, and Public Relations, Eileen?
Thanks, Stace. I'll discuss hiring the below individuals as lifeguards at a rate listed for the 2026 season. Rachel Heo, $14 an hour, and Kenneth McFerrin, $16 an hour. And can we put that on for a vote? Discuss hiring the below individuals as cashiers at a rate of $12.50 an hour for the 2026 season. Ava Davis and Riley McAllister. That needs to go on for a vote. And I don't want to mess up this guy's name, but discuss hiring Dominic. Does anybody know how to say his last name? Phelps. Okay, got it. As an assistant pool manager at a rate of $20 per hour for the 2026 season, and put that on for a vote. The other thing I wanted to bring up is Mount Lebanon had contacted Denise.
Don't forget, Mike.
Their pool is not going to be ready to open in time. It'd be approximately 9 days. They wanted to know if they could buy daily admission, non-resident rates, and let them use our pool. I don't know how.
For the pass holders.
Just the pass holders?
Right. And then the non-residents that do not have the pass, they would pay on their own.
So do you need that as a vote, or do you just want to discuss?
If the board does not oppose that, I would like to give them.
Can we get Brennan's opinion on that?
Yeah.
Let's get Brennan's opinion to make sure he's comfortable and doesn't think that'll overwhelm.
Good idea.
As long as he's okay with it, then can you just go ahead and approve it? Okay. Also want to mention our flea market is Saturday from 9 to 2. There's still room. It's $15 for a 10 by 10 space. You can contact TKV at scotttownship.com if you're interested. And this is a good time to get rid of your clutter. One man's trash is another man's treasure. That's all I have.
Thank you. Library liaison report, Don?
Yeah, the library board had their meeting yesterday. I attended. Two most worthy things to discuss was brought up. One is the summer reading program. The library is looking forward to its summer reading starting in June. Summer reading is for all ages, and this year's theme is Unearth a Story at the Library. The library will have many dinosaur-themed programs, especially for children, planned to keep everyone excited about reading during the summer months. The summer reading kickoff event will be held up at Scott Park on Thursday, June 11th from 5 to 7 p.m. Tell us about this event and all things library you can refer to, can be found on their website. The other item was fundraising, past and future. They just recently had 2 fundraising events. One was the used book sale, which surprised me. Over a 3-day period, they were able to earn $5,200. On their trivia night, and that's fundraiser for the book sale was run by the Friends of the Library,
Yeah,
which is their fun.
their bake sale and the book sale.
Okay. And then the other one was their trivia night, which they were able to raise $1,100. That was just the most recent one. And their future fundraising, they have 2 events coming up. They're planning to hold another trivia night on Friday, October 9th. And they're requesting the use of the community room by a letter that was just mailed dated 5/12/26. And the other item that they're planning, the library's planning this, is a fundraiser. It's an adult bingo night on 9/11, Friday, September 11th, requesting use of the community room, of which they had already issued a previous letter updated April 15th. So if someone could act on those 2 letters and let the library know that those dates are available for use, much appreciated.
And Dawn, I think the Friends of the Library are also doing the bake sale for Election Day.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. They're doing a bake sale at the library. Inside in the hallway of the library, which is for Election Day, which is coming up 1 week.
Trying something with meatball sandwiches and sandwiches with a bag of chips. The employees or anybody wants to find out.
They have a very nice board. I'm impressed with
They
them.
do have a nice board.
And they're young, mostly young, and they seem energetic. And I was just surprised that because I was on liaison maybe 8 years ago, and they kind of typically did the same things, but these kids seem like they're really interested in
They're
it.
very passionate.
Yeah. And the Friends of the Library are doing an excellent job. Heck, they can raise like $11,000 to sales. I think they're now accepting used books, tapes, CDs, and that type of stuff for their next book sale. So if anybody has anything they want to drop off, they are starting to accept it. That's all.
Thanks, Dawn. All right, from Shaycog, anything for tonight?
Nothing for tonight.
Standing committee report administration, we have the manager's update, Denise.
Okay. The pool and heater are in good shape, and we will be ready for the May 23rd opening. We had several faucets at the splash pad bathroom that needed to be replaced, but they are under warranty. So we'll be getting those repaired.
Is that a winter impact or what?
I'm actually not sure. Tom, do you have any information on why those were broken?
You know what, we're gonna have a meeting with Romtech and also Chicago Faucet. I'll have a better idea of what the problem is. We think that it's a just a faulty part. We had two of them replaced last year, and the two that we replaced last year, we didn't have any problem with this year. The other ones we did.
For Chicago Faucet, that's surprising.
Yes, it is.
Lindsay Road work should be completed by the end of June.
That temporary patch that's ridiculous.
They-
I'd rather they just leave it gravel. I mean, that's.
Tom, are you able to talk to them about that tomorrow?
You know what? I talked to them about it today. I'll call them again tomorrow.
Thank you.
Sure.
We have an e-waste event. The date right now is November 7th. And the last thing that I have is we have one of the requests that we had was to go out for bid for IT services. We had 5 companies that submitted proposals. Based on the information that was submitted, we are going to recommend DEP Technologies, managed IT services at $34,336 a year. What is included with that is the remote support, after hours professional services, software licensing. Also, if we needed blocks of time, those blocks of time come in 40-hour blocks for $4,675. We normally only go through maybe one block of time a year. Even with that, this price is still substantially lower than any of the other bids that we received. We're pretty happy with their services, so I see no reason to, especially whenever they came in at such an affordable price.
And just to note, this is a service we used even when we had a technology director.
Yes, you are correct.
It's nothing new that we're adding.
Nope.
And well within budget.
Yes. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Conferences and workshops, we have nothing for tonight. Any public comments on items not listed on the agenda? Come on up.
I got a few,
Okay,
so bear with me here.
no worries.
Explain to me how I should address it.
Go ahead.
First of all, tell me about that and why that's in effect.
What?
Public comment time. The reason for
Control the meeting.
it.
Yeah.
Pardon?
To control the meeting.
Okay,
Very common.
regardless of what number of people are here.
Every person typically gets 3 minutes. When you come up and talk, we give you a little bit of leeway though. So don't worry about the timer. Just go ahead and ask.
Okay, first point, clarification. Who was hired? I couldn't hear who you said that's gonna be in the neighborhood we should see and interview.
Sydney Padra, she's a social worker.
Okay,
She was hired at the last meeting.
Okay.
She was actually here and she spoke.
and I didn't want to get my hands slapped, so enforcement
It doesn't
of
matter.
flashing crosswalks. I think that should be a major consideration. Is it enforceable? And you do have to stop when it's lighted?
Yeah.
What about if it's not lighted?
You have to stop if someone's in a crosswalk.
Period.
What if
And the
they're not-
light up.
What if they're not in the crosswalk, they're waiting to cross?
You have to stop when the lights come on.
So just clarification. I'm just gonna list these things and if you can talk, address them. E-bikes, I know e-bikes were talked about before.
there was a kid running around over in Tom's ward. I stopped him, asked him, whatever. You don't care. So I don't know what the enforcement is on that. Road paving, when it's gonna start. And is the park gonna be pre or post season? Wren Drive sewer project, schedule for that. And was it re-engineered and why? Okay. Clearview Drive on the Nixon School development. Is that going to be a straight cross through? And was that the original plan? If you understand what I'm saying. You never used to be able to cut through Clearview. Now you can cut through. Well, I should say now you can. Question is, are you going to be able to? And was that a part of the original plan? Salt shed. Where'd our salt go? I never got an answer. Okay. My understanding is that thing was 3/4 full of salt. Now it's empty. Okay. Where is it? We getting it back? Where's it going to go? Is it going to be poured a snow flies? What else? Anybody know anything about something happened in Glendale? Road restoration, not road restoration, but interference with traffic, power outages, anything like that? Upcoming. So there's 11 telephone poles sitting down there on Superior Street. So I just didn't know for their residents' sake. I didn't know it. Last request, been denied.
It's okay, go ahead.
That request that get extended when there's fewer than 5 people at the meeting.
Fine.
Yeah.
I mean, we
That's free.
typically try to let
Because I understand
Generally.
primarily for time limitations. But when nobody is here, okay,
The problem is you can't change the rules from meeting to meeting if one person's here, or if 100 are here. That's because then the expectation is different based on when you walk in the door.
okay.
So, I mean, it's a standard, we hold it loosely, most of us,
That's fine.
but
I'm just,
it's,
and my only situation is, right? You want feedback. You say you want feedback.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
You have my phone number. I've asked you to call me. I love talking with you. I do.
I have reached out. Not to you directly, but I have reached out directly to 3 commissioners. Okay, so, and I didn't get my answer on the salt. That's fine, you don't have to answer the question. Okay? None of my business. I'm just.
No, I agree. The salt is your business, just so you know.
what? We're getting a new salt shed.
Yeah, that part, I knew it. I just didn't know we had to put.
No, I couldn't
storage.
exactly where it's.
It's in Bethel.
Bethel, yeah, okay.
So if
And yes, we will get
a
it back.
snowstorm, we're okay.
Yeah, it's being stored in Bethel Park.
We approved the road paving earlier than we ever have before. And the park will be postseason, right?
Should have come to that meeting.
Road paving notice of award went out. That was just awarded officially at the last meeting. We're waiting on the contract documents from the contractor, and as soon as we get those, oh, sorry. That darn mic.
Hear what I'm saying.
No.
Okay,
I'm trying to stay on it.
All right, you ready, Mr. Shalman? That was awarded to Youngblood Paving. I could get you a date of award.
Okay.
They're assembling contract documents. As soon as we get those back, we'll get a construction meeting scheduled. We'll get a schedule from them. As Commissioner Seibel said, this was awarded faster than it was in any other year. So we're pretty happy with that.
thank you for that.
You're very welcome. We try to make people happy. North Ren Storm Sewer and Sanitary Sewer. That was also awarded at your last meeting. I sound like a broken record, but we are waiting on contract documents. We'll get the pre-construction meeting set up once we get that. That went to Cronin. Get a schedule from them as well. This one, it has a grant deadline, so we're pushing them to get this one moving quickly. Yes, it was redesigned. It came in over budget. It was extremely difficult. We're looking at some options on the remainder of it, but because we had basically 2 grants and a funding commitment from the hospital. We needed to get those spent, so we broke the project apart, bid the first part, and that is what has been awarded. Your question on Clairview Drive, I need to look at that. I'll get you an answer on that. I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head. Okay, we'll let Kevin answer,
Kevin.
or whoever.
Mark. It's
Mark. Go ahead, Mark.
So yes, that will be opened up. Our subdivision land development ordinance require that whenever a new development goes to an existing roadway system, that it connect to that system. Having grown up on Clairview, I can tell you, it was a catastrophe every time a large vehicle came down that road and then head up all the way back up that road. We never had any school buses, like emergency. Everyone back up that road. It was a long ways to go because of the short bend. So what's going to happen is it's actually going to continue on for a very short distance and tee into the Peachtree extension. So Peachtree will come straight across Cherry Tree.
Okay.
And that'll turn into a cul-de-sac, and Clairview will turn into that, and so it'll be a T.
And that was from the get-go?
Always, yes.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, and your last question, I believe, was the salt shed. I believe you have the answer to where the salt went. That had to be moved for construction. Contract was awarded. That also went to Cronin. He's about 4 weeks out on delivery of the building. He's got building permit submissions in. That's moving along. Again, that was another grant funded project. So we're pushing them to get that done pretty quick. So I think that was all of your questions that would have been in my bucket.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As far as e-bikes go, I mean, we have an ordinance that we just passed. Was that last year?
Not even.
It's earlier this year. I think.
Was it this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in the park one day, it might have been fall, and a kid came up on a bike and I told him, you're not allowed to be in here with that. And he gave me a dirty look, but he turned around and went.
Does it apply just in the park?
No, well, they're not allowed to be on public roads, but they have to.
So in other words, Swallow Hill Road, Upper Hope, Boxwood,
Yeah.
Cemetery. Unless they have a driver's license. What about just in general on an e-bike on a 4-lane in a passing lane?
In a passing lane?
My phone was.
Everywhere.
And they told me it doesn't have to be a registered vehicle. Because over 35 miles an hour, I can drive it. Right, so but this was city of Pittsburgh.
Oh, they're different. They have their own rules.
What's that?
City of Pittsburgh, they have their own rules. People actually use those to get to work. They can drive however they want.
I would think the same rule applied.
Yeah. Big vehicle code applied everywhere.
Anyhow, that's why I was asking, so.
State road.
See, I don't know, it must be important. You guys know about it.
The state.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
You're not-
Develop.
Actually on the floor to adjourn.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Mr. Shalaman, they're placing the polls. Denise just was looking for the email in Glendale.
I assumed that, but I just didn't know if there were residents, traffic wise and or
No.
power outages. So that's the only reason I didn't know if they notified you guys or not, so it's more informational.
We can find out. Okay, commissioners request. Kathy, do you have anything for tonight?
Nothing, thank you.
Michelle?
I would just like to get a follow-up on the Oak project and to make everybody aware that one of my residents had a temporary drainage solution that she had to unclog and couldn't unclog it, and now there's a creek running through her yard. Trout are spawning. Okay, it might be a little bit dramatic. There's no trout, but one of the creek, one of the backups from whatever's leaking into our original solution on how we were getting the water to the an input that we're putting into, in front of her house is no longer a solution, as the entire drainage system has collapsed. And now it's just water flowing straight through her property. It's no longer in that tube.
Aubrey,
Aubrey,
we'll take a look at it.
got it.
Okay.
It's no longer a viable way at that point. So, I don't know.
Take a look at it.
I just want to let you know. That's all.
Thank you. Jane,
Nothing tonight, thank you.
skip Sam. Sam, are you there? Do you have anything tonight?
Nothing tonight, thanks, guys.
Okay, Nick,
Nothing tonight.
Almost.
Eileen,
I just wanted to shout out to Lager Landscaping and Lager for the work they did behind 530 Crothers Avenue in Spicknard. I was told they did a fantastic job by the residents and even took tires and everything that were not for them to take, but they said it was immaculate back there.
Nice.
John?
Nothing tonight.
Okay, and I have nothing for tonight. Do we have an executive session? We do not. Okay,
Oh, 5 minutes.
5 minutes. All right, but we do not need to leave the meeting open for that. So could I get a motion, please, to adjourn?
So moved.
Eileen, a second.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.